Okay. Thanks again for placing an order. Hopefully, I know you said you've been working on some things, and it sounds like it's been going good. So that's good to hear. Um, so first up, I wanted to talk about this video here on. I believe you said it was your friend who just started playing. So first of all, there's a lot of good things going on in the setup. Um, some minor things I would adjust. I would like you to get bent over just a little bit more. We're standing just a little too tall here. I'd like you to get just a little bit more bent over and athletic, kind of like Duffner here. Like I said, as of right now, just getting a little too vertical. I'd like you to just see active. I'd like you to just activate uh, kind of this area right here and get them involved a little bit more. Standing a little bit taller doesn't get the lower body involved a little bit more or as much as it should in a golf swing. So that's why I want you to get bent over just a little bit more. So kind of get on that red line a little bit. Um, and I want you to feel like you're bending from your hips. Okay? So not just slouching shoulders over, actually bend over from the hips and keep everything in line, kind of like how Duffner has. See how his shoulders are now in line with his spine, the other red line. So just as you've done here, um, you have your spine here and your shoulders are in line with it. Just take this down a little bit by bending right here. All right, and that will create a little bit more space for your hands here. Okay, see how Duffner has a little bit more room here to work with in between his thighs and his hands. So it'll just kick these hands out just a hair, just a little bit. All right, so let's go ahead and go up into the swing because the rest of your setup looks pretty good. Your feet are aligned, your knees are aligned, hips are a little bit open, so I would suggest closing them by shutting your left hip this direction, just a hair. I mean, it's being picky. Other than that, looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and go up to the top of the swing. Got a nice turn. All right, so one thing that I want you to work on is loading the left side. All right, this is where your power is going to come from. I'm not worried about this one ball we had here. It looks like it was shanked a little bit because loading this is going to change your golf game tremendously. So I'm going to pan over to Duffner here, and I want you to watch. And I picked him because looks like you guys had pretty similar swings in. So one thing that I can see from this video is that your weight is shifting on this foot almost to the outside of the foot. I want your weight to shift to the inner part of your right foot. All right, don't let the weight rock to the outside. Keep it on the inside. Okay, keep your weight from shifting to the outside of the foot. Keep it to the inside of the foot. Why? Because this is where you're loading your power. If you're letting this shift around to the outside and not keeping it within you, you're losing all your power. And this is going to change the way you deliver the ball. It's going to change your downswing. That's why I'm not really worried about this one little ball here. If shanking has been a problem for you, my suggestion with fixing our setup a little bit is going to probably fix that itself. Giving your hands just a little bit more room because it looks like you're just really crowded right here, which is shifting everything this direction because your body just doesn't have enough room. And when everything shifts this direction, we lead with the hosel of the club, kicking it just way right. So some drills on shifting with that inner foot. Whenever you turn on your backswing, just like I said, make sure that you're loading your right leg rather than the outside of that foot. All right, so let me try to rephrase this. Instead of loading the right leg, load the inner part of your leg. You're going to feel tension there. That's what you want. You don't want to be able to just freely turn to your right and freely turn to your left. You want to build tension when on your backswing. Because that means you're loading up your power. If you feel that, that means you're probably doing it correct. So in your backswing, I mean, it looks like you're plenty flexible. So your back's all the way to the target here. Your hips are open, kind of like Dufner here as well. His hips are open, back turned to the target. It's going to be a little bit harder whenever you do load correctly to do this, but you're on the right track for sure as far as getting loaded. Now I just want you to keep your weight to the inside. One other little thing that I want you to fix, and it'll make this easier, is just spread your feet out just a little bit more. General rule of thumb, just shoulder length. It looks like they're a little bit close together. All right, so the big three things. We're going to spread our feet out just a little bit more. We're going to practice loading correctly before we hit balls, feeling the tension on the turn of the golf swing, and then finally we're going to separate our hands a little bit more and get bent over down from the ball. This will help out a lot. Feel free to give me a ring or shoot me a text online if you have any questions about anything. Thank you.